Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a Volvo S40 V50 later model, the shifter blind. Most common problem what happens with these, the shifter blind breaks. And then some of these cars, once the shifter blind breaks, the magnetic part of it won't allow you to manually shift up or down. So let's get started and I'll show you guys how to get this going. The first thing you want to do here with the pick, what you want with the little collar in the shifter, what you want to do is you want to pull it down. That way, when you remove the shifter, it's a lot easier. Once you do that, kind of set it towards the middle and then push all the way down. And once you do that, you should be able to pull the shifter straight up. Don't be afraid to give it a nice little tug. Then you remove the ring and set that to the side. The next thing you want to do is remove the brake, the parking brake cover. So what you want to use your pick and you want to pull towards you or towards the driver's seat. Like I said, with these parts, don't be scared to give it a nice tug. Don't be afraid to break them. As long as you're pulling straight back, you should be good. The next part on the compartment, where your storage compartment, there should be two Torx 25s. There's a cover on this car, it's missing. So what you want to do, you remove the cover and you expose to 225 Torx. I'll remove those. And then I'll show you what's the next step. So behind the radio, there's a panel back here that has 225 Torx as well. What you want to do, you want to remove that panel. So you just kind of pry it open, and then you'll see that there will be two Torx 25. So you want to remove those as well. Once you remove that, the next step you want to do is you want to basically the whole center console, you want to pull back. You want to pull it towards the rear of the vehicle. There's sometimes a little tab in the front that wants to hold it, but as you can see, there's a tab. I'll show you guys which one it is. What you do, you just pry it. You pry it up and it should give you clearance to basically pull back the center console. Once you do that, you're able to access those two. There's going to be two Torx 25s as well. They're going to be down there. You want to remove those to remove the face cover for the radio and the AC unit. But before we do that, we got to remove this panel right here, little face plate. And then with your pick, what you want to do, you want to pry it towards you. Be gentle because you want to make sure that you don't break any tabs. And the next step, you're going to disconnect the two connectors. And we should have exposed another two Torx that we want to remove next. I'll show you which ones they are. Those two up there and the two down there. So on these cars, there's normally 225 Torx, but for some reason on this car, there were 20. So I got to swap out my bit and get those removed once I get these two removed. Once you remove those 4 screws, the panel comes straight up. The connector still attached, so either you can remove the connector, but what I'll do, I just set it to the side. The next step is to basically remove the top cover for the shifter. As you can see here, there should be 4 tabs on each corner. What you want to do is you get your pick, pry it up, make sure you're gentle and careful, as this part is very fragile. And once you remove that, we just set that to the side as well. The next step is to remove this lower cover. I'll show you guys where the tabs are located. Once I have the cover off, I'll show you guys exactly. It's just kind of hard to show you guys at this time. But what you want to do is basically pry these little tabs and pull upward at the same time. As you can see, I have one here. Yeah, I'm gonna pry off, and then the second one in the front, and then we're just gonna do the same process on the other side. As you hear, I pulled it right off, so let me show you guys what tabs I'm talking about. So these tabs right here on the side, where I'm touching right there, that's what you want to pry. And the other side, you have a little bit bigger tabs. Those are the ones you want to pry off as well, and then right up. So once you remove that, you basically pretty much exposed the part that needs to get replaced, but in this unit, it's basically torn apart. So the next step you want to do, you want to make sure you clean it good. And this is the part we're replacing it with the genuine Volvo part number 8699465. I'll put the part number in the description. So it goes this way, the magnetic part goes to the driver's side. So you want to make sure that's nice and clean when you're about to put your part in, because you don't want nothing else binding and breaking again. As you could see here, you just want to make sure you line everything up. Normally it's best if you just kind of set it towards neutral position. That way when you sit down the cover, it's evenly spread and you won't have any issues setting the part down. And once you have it lined up, you just want to put the cover back on. So when you're putting the covers back on, you just want to make sure you sit them on the straight and make sure that they click pretty good. Just double checking, make sure it's nice and straight. And you'll most likely just hear some clicks. And then they'll be there pretty firm, and you just confirm it by looking to see if the tabs placed. So the next step is to put the cover, the top cover on there. That one should be a lot easier. Just be careful with the wiring as you're setting it in. Just kind of clicks in there. And from there, you just kind of reversely put everything back together. As you can see here, we'll put the radio cover back on. So this part should be fairly easy, as I showed you guys. So just put your 4 Torx screws there, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, and then from there you're just gonna put your display screen on there and put the faceplate on there. After that, you just basically push your center console straight forward till it makes contact, and then you put the 4 25 Torx screws. And then from there, you want to put your panels back on and your parking brake cover. From there, you just want to put your shifter back on. First, you want to put the collar ring. Goes a little bit first, but you want to make sure it goes all the way at the bottom to clear it. And then from there you put your shifter. Give it a good smack. And then what you can do, you get some pliers and push the collar upwards as you're pushing down on the shifter itself. That way it can lock in place. It's hard to do with only one hand, so I'll show you guys how it is after once I install it. As you can see here, the shifter's back in place. Everything's back installed. Hopefully this video is helpful for you guys. Please give it a big thumbs up if you guys liked it and it was helpful. And make sure you hit that subscribe button to have more content like this. Thank you guys. Until next repair.